Hello.
Hi, Marley.
Do we have any sound that will go with this? I don't, because
You
I
want
can't hear it.
Video?
But
You want the sound on the video?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's annoying.
Okay, don't put it on. Hello,
I can
Stephanie.
hear it.
Hello.
How are you?
Stressed.
Oh, yeah, you've started school.
Oh, yes.
Are you getting things figured out?
No. And I think that's what's frustrating is, and especially like in my role, we're calling parents to modify IEPs, but we don't know what classes they're in. We don't have our teaching schedules, which they said they were hoping to get to us today. So they were hoping to get student schedules by Friday. We didn't get teaching schedules today. So like I'm trying to modify all these IEPs, but yet have no idea what classes kids are in or it's just
yeah.
been, and I was at an appointment and then I was like, well, I'll just go back to school because it'll be easier and quiet to do this
Right.
than at home. So
thank you
yeah.
for taking the time to do this tonight too, when everything is so
for
stressful.
sure.
I know. So
For sure.
we're just sit back and watch all of these beautiful children and all the fun
I know, that's what I was
had
like, oh.
last year. Take a deep breath
Yes.
while you watch all of that. Yeah.
Beauties, yeah.
It's just fun to see.
For sure.
We got to start out with some fun stuff. So.
Yeah.
See, a couple other people have joined us, so we'll just keep watching and letting more people join. For those of you that are here, we're going to have people sign in the chat box down below. So if you want to go ahead and do that, we're just going to sort of keep track so we know who has gotten the information and who hasn't. Hello, Greg.
Hello.
Are we putting our name or our child's name?
Either one, it doesn't matter. I know how to connect you up together. So either one is fine.
Hi, John Paul and Jess.
Hi.
Hi.
There's a baby that's due before too long, I hear.
Yeah.
Exciting. Congratulations. I didn't hear that news before we went home as we did in March.
Yeah.
Exciting.
No.
Hello, I spy Emma there. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Oh, it's good to see you. We're excited for you to come to preschool soon. You can watch the pictures on the computer screen and see what other kids have done at school.
You want to do the computer? All right, it's set up pretty good right now.
I do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she says we're going to cancel the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Just lost.
No. I'm coming, kiddo. Oh, well.
This is what you get to do in school.
A bad book.
You want to?
Hmm?
Are you going to do this?
You'll get to do some of these things when you're at school, Emma. Oh, you can hear it.
Done.
Driving mode.
I think I spied Royce peeking in there too. Was that you, Royce?
Is it sexy?
Yo, you want to come say hi to Miss Knickerbocker?
Hello. Oh, and there's your sister. Awesome. Very fun. We're so excited to see kids at school. It's fun to see you on a screen, but we can't wait to see kids at school. That will be more fun.
you want me to change the name?
Yeah, sure.
So we're just gonna wait a few minutes and let you watch the slideshow from last spring with pictures of our Tuesday, Thursday morning kids last year, and kind of get a taste for what preschool at Noah's Ark is all about. So we'll get started shortly. While you're waiting, we are going to have people sign in on the chat, just so that we know who is here and getting the information and who will want to be sure that we share the information with. So if you want to go ahead down at the bottom and just put your name or your child's name in down there, that would be great. And so we'll get started here shortly.
I need to figure out how to turn off the microphone.
Do you want to say hi, or you want to go watch show, Dad?
Joe? What kind of show, Dad?
You see her?
I spy Theodore.
She sees you.
I do. I see you, Theodore. How are you?
Where's
Hi.
that?
It's good to see you. It's been a long time.
Class. You say hi?
Hi.
Hello. I have to figure out who said it that time. I heard a hello. Oh, was that you, Thea?
Say
Hi,
Lydia.
Thea.
Hi.
I'm glad to see you. We're excited for you to come back to school, Thea.
Me?
Yes, you and all of your friends. That will be a good thing. You probably remember doing some of these things that are on this slideshow
Huh?
when you were at Noah's Ark.
Hey, that's me.
It's not you, honey.
Dad. Dad, that's not me.
No, you're gonna go to school.
I am?
Yeah. I don't know.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Like Nick?
No. You gotta wait.
So I was saying, if you're just joining us now, that we're just showing the slideshow from last spring that you can watch and see some of the fun that kids have had at school and what your kids have to look forward to.
He's playing in the mud.
Just a couple of things before we get started. If you, we're going to ask everybody to mute their Zoom so that it just makes it easier for everybody to hear. So we'll ask you to do that. And then if you would also just put your name or your child's name down in the chat, then we kind of have an idea of who is here tonight and who we need to make sure we get this information to. We are going to be recording this Zoom meeting tonight so that we can share it with any families that weren't able to join us. So I spy Pastor Patrick down there doing a little bit of paddle boarding, it looks like. Don't we all wish that that's where we were doing this meeting from? I think I do. So pretty nice. Good night to be out on some water, I'd say. So we'll give it just another moment here and then we will get started. It's up to you if you want to have your video camera on or off. That is your choice. So.
You're just going to Mrs. Knickerbocker? Okay.
I'll go to the room.
Mrs. Knickerbocker's right there.
Hello.
Hi.
I spy. Oh, it's Adeline. Hi, Adeline. Good to see you. We can't wait for you to come to school at Noah's Ark soon, just like your big brother and big sister used to do a long time ago when you were just a baby. Now you're big. It will be good. So, all right. Well, I'm taking a look at the clock and it says we're just a minute after 6 o'clock. So I think we'll get started. If you're just joining us now, we will ask you to mute your Zoom so that it makes it easier for everybody to hear. If you would also check in on the chat box down at the bottom of your screen, that will give us an idea of who is here tonight and who we want to make sure we share the information with if they weren't able to join us. So it's good to see so many of you here tonight. This is the first ever virtual meeting of a Noah's Ark Preschool Parent Orientation Night. So welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. I am Marley Knickerbocker. Some of you I know, as well as the kids, which is great to see you. And some of you are families that I've only talked to on the phone. It's been an unusual year getting new families signed up for Noah's Ark when we haven't been in our space. We haven't been able to have you come in and see our classroom. So if we have not met you in person yet, we sure look forward to being able to do that soon, but we sure are glad that you've been able to join us tonight. I'm recognizing lots of names of people that I know I have spoken to and had great conversation with. So thank you for being here tonight. Bear with me. This is a night that unfortunately I have to do a lot of talking, which isn't necessarily my favorite thing to have to do. So just bear with me, I guess. Usually at this orientation meeting, you would have a whole packet of information in front of you. Tonight you have nothing. You would usually be getting the orientation booklet as well as some additional forms and envelopes for payments, class list, and because we had to do this virtually, you're not getting any of those things tonight. But you will get all of those things at your parent and child visit day, which along with the link for this, you got the link for signing up for those visits. So that is when you will get the actual copies, the physical copies of this information that I'm going to go through with you tonight. And I'll highlight just parts of it. So with that, I think that we will get started. And in fact, I'm going to start with something that is in your orientation booklet, but I feel like it really sums up how I am feeling about this school year. And so I'm just going to read you the beginning of a message that I have in that booklet for you. So welcome to Noah's Ark. It is with some trepidation that we begin the 2021 school year. Any of you have those feelings, perhaps? I'm guessing so. So amid this COVID-19 pandemic, we have all struggled with what are the right actions to take for the health and safety of our families and loved ones. Should kids go to school, or is keeping them home the safest option? I know that many parents have struggled with these decisions, just as the teachers and I have struggled. In the end, we want what is best for everyone. The best we can do is listen to the science, health experts, and the recommendations. We will do that. This summer, I've had to learn a lot about faith. I am not the one in control, and so I must have faith that God is always in control and leading us in God's direction and ways. We do not know all that the year will bring, but we do know that God will be by our side through all of it. We know that as children come into our space, we have researched, studied, and implemented the recommended health and safety guidelines to the best of our abilities. We know that we will work together in caring for, guiding, and cherishing your children as the precious gifts from God that they are. We will work together to become God's peacemakers. Most importantly, God is guiding us and beside us every step of the way. So welcome to Noah's Ark, and we're excited for what this year will bring us. So next, Trinity would also like to welcome you. And so one of the people that we have helping us out today is Heather Day. And Heather is, she is on our Children, Youth, and Family ministry team at Trinity, and she's helping out with some of the technology. We also have Cassie Brendan, one of our teachers, with us tonight, and you'll hear a little bit from her in a video after a bit. Jill Kasmark wasn't able to be with us tonight. Her husband is having some surgery, and we said that really takes precedence. So she's taking good care of him tonight. So anyhow, we have a little welcome for you from Trinity, and Heather is going to share a couple of short video clips from both of our pastors.
All right.
We don't really have the sound yet, Heather. Are
Oh.
you working on that?
Well, let me see here.
This is why we
Try that again.
This is why we have Heather. She's much better with technology than I am. So,
Okay, I think we've got it this time.
okay, thank you.
Good evening, friends. I am so glad to be with you. I'm Pastor Patrick, lead pastor here at Trinity, and so happy to welcome you all back to another year of learning and peacemaking with our friends at Noah's Ark Preschool. I'm going to open in prayer and then turn it over to Pastor Tom and Marley to give you all the information that you need. But I just pray that you've had a great summer together and that you're ready for those kiddos to get back together at Noah's Ark. Please open with the Holden prayer with me. O God, you have called your servants to ventures of which you cannot see the ending, by paths as yet untrodden, through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, friends, looking forward to a safe and growth-filled year with Noah's Ark Preschool. I'll turn it over to the pros.
Hey there, Noah's Ark Preschool families. My name is Tom Westcott, and I'm the new pastor of Children, Youth, and Family Ministries here at Trinity Lutheran Church. On behalf of myself and the whole CYF team, welcome to another great year of programming with Noah's Ark. A little bit about myself, since I am the new guy. My wife's name is Emily. She's a high school teacher at Chippewa Falls. I have a little toddler. Her name is Olive, and then a 1-year-old, and his name is Rowan. And I know we're very excited to meet you all however we can, whenever we can, whether it's this virtual space on Zoom or if it's face-to-face. I look forward to helping out a little bit with check-ins and things like that. So if you see a guy wearing a superhero mask and a beard sticking out, it's me, Pastor Tom. Now, speaking of masks, this whole year has been filled with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of change, a lot of adaptation. As you can probably hear my dog in the background, a lot of us are working from home. So I want to let you all know that no matter how stressful this might be, no matter how, uncertain things may feel, know that everything Marley and the whole staff at Noah's Ark has done has been to ensure safety. Safety for not only your kids, but also for you, grandparents, aunts, uncles, extended family, everybody. Safety is the biggest priority for our kids. So, with that as our groundwork, I'm sure Marley will be able to explain everything in great detail, and I'm so excited to get to know you all. And feel free to email me or to get involved with CYF Ministries here at Trinity. Until I see you in person, checking folks in, I'll say see you later, and mask up!
All right. Well, thank you. So you will get to see and know our pastors this year. And also we want you to know that you are invited to be a part of all programming at Trinity. Whether you are a member or not a member, you are just always welcome. Children's ministry programming at Trinity begins at age 3. So there are things for all of your kids to be involved in. And you will even be getting a mailing sometime in September that will tell more about our programming, which will begin on October 4th, probably in a virtual format. But we want you to know that you are welcome and invited. Another thing you should know about Trinity is that they gift our children with age-appropriate Bibles beginning at age 3, and that includes all of our preschoolers. You will be invited. You'll get something in the mail telling you more about that, and you'll have an opportunity that you and your child could come and do a safe pickup of a Bible outside of our building, or we will send Bibles home with your kids. So if the Bible they'll get is not the same one that we use in the classroom, but it is a great story Bible, and it's really fun for kids to hear a story from our kids' Bible at school and then go home and read the version that is in their Bible that they have at home. So that is something that you can look for. So next, I would really like you to meet our teachers and just get a brief view of our classroom. And so we made a little video for you the other day, and Heather is going to share that with you. Hello, Noah's Ark families. I am here in our Noah's Ark preschool classroom in one side of our classroom because we have it divided into 2 spaces for each group of kids to be in a different space. So I'm in our classroom today with 2 others of our teachers, Mrs. Kasmark and Mrs. Brendan. So we wanted you to be able to meet each one of us. And so I'm Mrs. Knickerbocker, and I am the preschool director, and I will also be teaching kids on Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. And we're so excited to get kids back into our space, even though it might look a little different this year, but we know we're going to have a great time with each one of your kids. So now I'd like you to hear a little something from each one of our teachers. So first we'll have Mrs. Kasmark, and she'll tell you about what she's teaching.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kasmark, and welcome tonight to the orientation meeting. It's good to meet you virtually. I will be teaching the blue groups, all of the blue groups. So I'll be here each of the 5 mornings and the 3 afternoons that kids are here. We just want you to know that though things look a little different and there will be some different procedures, we're all pulling on our years of experience. This is my 26th year at Noah's Ark, and we'll use that experience to make sure we give your kids a really, really wonderful Noah's Ark experience. We know what kids need, and we know what kids love, and we'll figure out a way to get that to your kids. So rest assured this is going to be a great year. Our communication with you will be different, but we'll figure out a way to have good communication as well, and you'll hear more about that. So we welcome you. We know that this will be a great Noah's Ark preschool year. Thanks for being here for the meeting.
Hi Noah's Ark families, my name is Mrs. Brendan, and I teach the red group in the morning. So I'll be here Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and I'm very excited for this school year. It's just fun to be back in the classroom and be with our co-teachers, and we are looking forward to a great year at Noah's Ark and welcoming new families back and new families that are just beginning this preschool experience. So it will be a great year. Thank you.
We did have a little trouble with the camera tilted right at the very end, but we figured we'd be okay. So if you don't already know our teachers, you are going to love getting to know them. They are awesome teachers. And like Jill said, we have a lot of experience. Between the three of us, we have well over 60 years of preschool experience that we put to use in the classroom. And we think that's a really good thing. Our teachers are always positive with kids, and I can tell you they will love your children. We emphasize peacemaking in our classes. And I want to share something with you that I have hanging up right next to my desk, because I think it really sums up in a very few words what we are all about. It is a quote that that was shared with me, that was written by a former preschooler. She was there a long time ago, along with one of my kids. And when she applied to medical school, she wrote about Noah's Ark. And here is just one sentence of what she said. At Noah's Ark Preschool, I learned how to be a peacemaker. The rules were simple: accept others for who they are and treat everyone with kindness. It's really short, but it's true. And you will find that that is exactly what the teachers will do with your kids first. And then they will work to teach that to your children, just like we know you are doing with your kids every day. We know the world needs more peacemakers these days, and that is what Noah's Ark is all about. So, couple things about things that might be a little bit different this year. You have all gotten letters from me over the summer that have outlined a few of the changes. In the video that you just saw, you saw that there are a few changes as well. And we, like you have heard already, we want to reassure you that our #1 priority is the health and safety of our children and our teachers and all of our families. We know that some of you have parents that have compromised health, siblings, grandparents, and we just want everybody to stay safe this year. So we've made some changes. We've been in touch with the Eau Claire County Health Department, the Department of Children and Families, which is what our licensing goes through. And we have really referred to the recommendations of the CDC, so that we are doing everything that we can to keep safety in mind. We will also be asking you to partner with us in keeping everybody safe, and we'll talk a little bit about that here shortly. But one of the changes is that we learned that we really need to limit the access to our building. And so with that, we decided to put in place the process of checking kids in at the outside doors rather than coming into the building and coming down to our classroom. And as we were thinking about that, we realized that that was going to significantly change the way that we communicate with you. We ordinarily have a note posted that tells you about our day. We have a lot of conversation back and forth with families in the hallway. We have bulletin boards with lots of information, as well as paintings and things that kids have done. And we know that this communication is really important. So we started looking into how can we communicate in new ways with you this year so that we don't lose those kind of connections. And it has led to a big change for Noah's Ark because it involves technology, not necessarily what is the favorite of some of us older teachers in particular. But Heather Day is helping us along with all of that. And we have purchased an app called Brightwheel, and we're getting excited about it. We think that it will be really useful, and we will be able to communicate all of the kinds of things that we have communicated with you before, but in new ways. And we're probably going to learn some new things about it as well. So Heather is going to share with you about the Brightwheel app and give you a little overview and let you know how you can get connected with it.
Yeah. Cool. So first off, right after this meeting tonight, I will send out an invitation to each family that we have information for. So if we have your email address, you'll get that probably in an email. And it probably will only go to one parent. I think we only put one email address into the app at this point. So you should all get an invitation to join Brightwheel right after this meeting. And it's really easy to get into it. It gives you instructions. You can either access it on a computer or you can get the app on your phone. If you do have a phone that is able to get the app on it, that's probably the easiest way to do it, because then you'll use it for check-in as well for your kids. So you'll download that and then you'll create an account for yourself based on that email that we have entered into the system. If for some reason it comes to an email address that you don't want associated with it, please let me or Marley know, and then we can get that changed for you. So you'll get that all downloaded, and then there's a few things that we need you to do before school starts. There are 2 different profiles that you can access. There's your profile as the adult, and then there's your child's profile. I have a video that I'm going to play for you, and then afterwards, we'll see what they don't talk about. I should also let you know that Brightwheel has capabilities that we are not using. It does a whole bunch of things, and we're using some of them, but not all. So you might hear something that we're not doing. So we'll talk about that. But let me share a short video with you. You hear that at all?
Yep, we can hear it.
The Brightwheel app makes it easy to view your child's activity and progress throughout the day. On the home screen, you'll see a list of all children you are connected to. Click the plus sign at the top right to add other children to your account. You'll enter their unique 10-digit invite code, or have the school add your account email address or phone number to the child's profile. Tap on your child in the app to view their activity feed. All activities that are logged for your child will appear here. You can also send and receive messages from the school, as well as see the calendar events created by your school. By tapping Profile at the top right, you can see your child's profile information. Depending on the school's settings, you may or may not be able to edit this information. If you tap the 3 horizontal lines at the top left, you'll see Payments. If your school accepts online payments for tuition and other invoices, you can tap here and you will be directed to the Brightwheel web portal to pay the invoices.
Not that one yet.
Set up billing preferences such as autopay. Tap Edit Profile to see and edit your own profile. Tap Edit within the circle to choose a profile picture. You can also customize your 4-digit check-in code. You also have the option to set your notification preferences. If you have any questions, please contact us at help@mybrightwheel.com.
Okay, so the one thing that they talked about that we don't have at this time is billing, which I know would be really convenient if we did, but we don't have that capability set up right now. So a few things to just kind of point out. When you get it, you can go to your child's profile. You can upload a picture of them. That's helpful, especially if there are people checking them in at the door that don't know your child. And then maybe the most important thing that you can do is to add the other, if there are other adults, other parents, or other people who will be picking your child up or dropping them off, they should be added into that app as well, and you add that in your child's profile. So you probably already have that on your forms that Marley have, who are the approved pickups. But really it's mainly for drop off. So if grandma is going to be dropping off or a babysitter is dropping off, they need to be added to the child's Brightwheel account, and then they will get either an email or a text, depending on what you enter for them, to also get that app on their phone. There are different permission levels. So as a parent, you will get, whatever the teachers put in there. You'll get messages and you can message back and forth with the teachers. The teachers can put things in your feed like pictures and videos and that daily note so you know what's coming each day. That will be available to you as a parent. So if there's another parent that you want on the account, add them as a parent. There's also a permission level for family members, so maybe grandma or maybe babysitter. They won't get all that information and they won't be able to message, but they will be able to check in. They can, maybe they get some of the pictures. I'll have to check. There's like 4 different permission levels. You can also add someone just as an approved pickup person. And then they don't get any of that feed and they don't have any ability to message back and forth with us. They just get the code to be able to check the child in. So anyone who's dropping off your child will need a code. So either on their phone, that's the easiest way to do it. Or if that doesn't work, we can figure out there's other ways. But so initially in your child's profile, add those other adults who might be dropping off or picking up. Then in your own profile, a few things that are helpful. If you can add your photo, that's helpful because we don't know all of you. So if we can look on your child's profile and see what their parent looks like, that can be really helpful for teachers. You also can manage your push notifications on your phone. So you can set if you want to get a notification on your phone if the teachers add a picture or if they put a message on there. That can be really helpful to do in case maybe teachers have a message to send out saying, we're running late, we'll be 5 minutes late. You know, it would be helpful for you to get those notifications on your phone. So check those push notifications. Again, there are some notifications that you don't need to worry about. Like this is an app that's built for daycares and preschools. So there are things that we don't have to worry about, like diaper changes, things like that. It mentioned that if your school gives you permission to change your child's profile, you can. Right now, the permissions are set so that you can edit your child's profile, but after about 2 or 3 weeks, we will shut those permissions off so that we know what it says and we know that things aren't changing a lot. So if you need to make changes after that point, then you can just contact one of us and let us know if you need to add another person to drop off or pick up or anything like that. So it talked about using a 4-digit code for drop off. So we have another video to show you what drop off will look like this year. And it's featuring Mrs. Knickerbocker, and she really, really loves doing that.
It also has Ashley Olson and her daughter Nora that used to be a preschooler at Noah's Ark. So. Heather,
when you're all at school, please go to the door.
We only are hearing it.
All right.
Try again. Back to the drawing board.
Man, you hired me for my tech.
I'm still glad I have you and I'm not doing it. So no worries.
Oh, let's see here.
While she's looking, we really do think it might take us, it might take myself and the teachers a little practice to get the hang of this. We expect you guys will probably be better at it than what we are, but we think it will be really useful as we do go along and get more practiced in using that.
Okay, I'm ready now. Can you see it?
You got it? I see a bright wheel.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
There it is.
When you arrive at school, please go to the door assigned to your class. You'll wait outside, keeping at least 6 feet from any other families. When it's your turn to check in, look for the QR code posted next to the door. Select Check In at the bottom of the screen, then scan the QR code. If you have more than one child, you'll see them both listed. Select your child's class and check in. Now is also a good time to add any other information that you need teachers to know about, like a loose tooth or a different approved pickup person picking up from school that day.
When you select check-in, you'll be taken to a health screening. Read each statement carefully and answer it honestly. Enter your 4-digit code and check in. You may be asked for a digital signature. You're done.
You are doing a great job wearing the mask. Did you know that makes you a peacemaker? You help to keep everybody safe. It's so awesome. So while Mom's doing the questions, we're going to take your temperature. Listen for the beep. Did you hear it? Oh, good. And your temperature is awesome. And oh, Mom finished the questions, and you are ready for school. You want to say goodbye to Mom? Give her a big hug and kiss. Oh, bye, Nora. Tell her it's cool. See you later, and you can come in with your class. Well, what did you think? Looks simple enough. And I think we'll all get really good at doing that, and that it will be a quick process. Again, I want to remind you that whoever is dropping off or picking up your child needs to be on the white enrollment form that many of you have already returned to me. There was a place to indicate who's authorized to pick up your child. So anybody that will be doing that, even if you have put them in the app, you still need to have them on that enrollment form. So be in touch with me if you need to verify who you had put down, or if you need to add somebody throughout the year. So that is a licensing requirement that we have. Plus, we don't ever want to send a child with the wrong person. So we want to be really clear about that.
Marley,
yeah.
I just wanted to make one more point.
Oh, yep.
So at check-in, you can use your phone and do that touch-free check-in. We will have tablets there so that if you forget your phone or someone's dropping off who maybe doesn't have a smartphone that has the app, they can do it on the tablet that we will have at church. We just want to minimize the amount of touching that tablet that happens. That's why we have the touchless option.
Yep. Good. Thank you. So I think that that process will go quickly. We will have different people that are helping with the check-in process on Tuesday and Thursday. I think Heather and I will both have a class, and we'll have other staff members on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, and I will be doing that process with the afternoon class. So we will all get to know all of your kids in that way. And the teachers will be right inside the door waiting for all kids to arrive. They'll have a fun activity that they're doing inside the door until everybody is there. And so we think it'll be a quick process. We do anticipate that there may be a little bit of separation anxiety. We expect that every year. And so we expect that to be the same thing. But with this process, just like when you are coming into our classroom or into our building to the classroom door, we really encourage you to be positive and quick in saying goodbye to kids. Your kids follow your cues to a really large degree. And so if you talk about the fun that they are going to have and remain really positive, they view it as something that's positive. Like Heather mentioned, you'll be getting a message each day before school starts that's going to tell you a little bit about our day. That's a great thing to talk to your child about so that they know what to expect as well. And know about the fun that they are going to be having. So in all of these years of experience, like I said, we really have figured out that the faster those goodbyes happen with parents, the quicker kids get over a few separation anxiety tears, and we will help them through that, and we'll help all of you too, because we know that can be a really hard thing for parents as well. So we are here to help everybody with that process. So the next thing that I am going to kind of briefly go over with you is something that you will be getting at the visit day. It is in the orientation booklet you'll get, plus you are going to get a paper copy of this. And this is something that we are calling our, let's see, I'll read the title. The Noah's Ark Preschool and Parent Partnership Agreement for COVID-19 Best Practices. And this is a document that we are using in order to keep all kids and families safe, like we have talked about. And really the big purpose of this document is communication. We want clear communication so that all of you know what to expect, as well as we know what we are looking for. All of these health things can be really confusing trying to figure it all out. And so to have everything down on paper, I think will be helpful for all of us. I've had conversation with the health department, and so a lot of it is specific health information, what to do if your child is sick or a family member is sick or somebody has COVID-19 or you've been exposed to COVID-19. And so this document will help us know what our process is going to be. I also anticipate that I will contact the health department multiple times this year, although if I don't need to, that would be the best part. So I'm not going to go through all the medical things because you will get to read all of that when you get that document. And it's actually something that we're going to have you you will sign or initial each statement so that we know you've read it and understand what we are asking. And then you will also sign it at the end and you will turn a copy of that back into us. There are a couple Noah's Ark specific things though that I would like to point out to you tonight, again, just in the interest of clear communication. One thing is the check-in times. Like you saw the check-in process, and I mentioned that the teachers and the kids will be right inside the door waiting for everybody to get there. And so because of this, we are asking parents to work really hard at getting your kids to school on time. I know there are days when that is really a challenge. We've all been parents, we know how those things go, but we are asking you to do your very best to be there on time, because the faster we get everybody checked in, the faster the teachers and kids will get into the classroom so kids can get started playing. So there will be somebody at your check-in door 5 minutes before your class begins and until 10 minutes after the starting time. If we can get everybody there faster and into the classroom, that would be great. But we do want you to know that that is what our plan is. Another thing that is in there, and it was in a letter that I sent recently to you, is the fact that we are asking all kids at preschool to wear masks. And I've heard from several of you with concerns about this, and we get it. It's really not anything that any of us want to do, and we have some concerns about it too. But we also know right now that the best way to keep everybody healthy is by wearing masks. We know kids aren't going to be perfect at wearing them, just like we aren't. But we anticipate teaching the kids and working with them as the school year starts. We'll be modeling it. I know we'll be giving lots of gentle reminders and encouragement, and we'll be reinforcing them when they are wearing their masks. I can guarantee you that we are going to stay positive about it, and we're going to do our level best to make it fun. I heard of a game where when kids all have their masks on, you play a game where somebody starts humming and they have to guess who is the person that is doing the humming. So we'll come up with some games that we can do when they're wearing it. We'll use things like, this is a stuffed animal that we got, which we won't be having stuffed animals in our classroom, but we will use this as a teaching device. And we also have somebody making some masks for for our dolls that we have at school, though we will point out that babies cannot wear masks, so we don't want anybody putting masks on babies at home. But on the dolls, they could do that, and we encourage you to do the same. You know, let them put masks on their stuffed animals at home. Anytime kids can play about it, and play about things that are happening in their world, it helps them make sense of that. And so we will do our best to make the mask wearing positive and encouraged and fun. We have books. I have found multiple books that are about wearing masks, and including there are books that are right online that you could find at home. If it's something your child is struggling with, don't be afraid to reach out to me, and I have some resources that I can share with you. But please know, we know it won't be a perfect process, and we will all just work to do our best. And if we need to reevaluate, we'll also reevaluate. So we don't want it to be stressful for anybody. So couple important things though about masks. Would you make sure to put your child's name on their mask someplace where it's easy to find? We anticipate that a child might take a mask off or two, and then we don't want to mix masks up. We want to know whose are whose. So please make sure they're labeled with your child's name on it. We'll have some extra disposable masks at school if we need them. They also will be taking their masks off, obviously, at snack time and any time that we are spending outside. So we'll see how it goes, but rest assured, it will be the best we can all do with it. The last thing that's on that agreement that I just want to mention is that there is a statement in there that there may be times that we may have to cancel our classes. If we have somebody that has COVID-19 and the health department tells us that's what we need to do, we'll do so. If one of our teachers get it and we can't come up with a sub, though we will do our very best to always have our classes staffed, but it is a possibility when we don't know how this is going to go. So we just want you to be aware of the fact that cancellations could happen, and we would notify you if that was the case. Fingers crossed that we won't have to, but we just don't know at this point. So usually at this point, I've gone through the whole orientation booklet, but we haven't even gotten to that yet. And tonight, this is too long to have to go through all of that with you. And so what I'm going to tell you is when you get the orientation booklet, which will be purple, it's quite lengthy, but I really encourage you to read through it. It has so much good information in it. Every year I read it and think, oh, that was good to read again. You know, it's just a good, it just has a lot of information. So instead of going through that booklet, I really am just going to end with a few things when I think about the question, what else do parents need to know to get your kids started at Noah's Ark? There's just a few things. So thank you for your patience in bearing with me through all of these things. The first thing is toilet training. Kids are required to be toilet trained at Noah's Ark. Our preschool is licensed by the state of Wisconsin, and that is one of the requirements of our licensing. We are not licensed to change diapers. Now, all of that being said, I can say that at the beginning of the school year, we're lenient. We know that a lot of 3-year-olds are perhaps just newly trained, not quite there yet, but our hope is certainly that they are well on their way. We know young children have accidents, and we understand that. And so we're lenient in the beginning of the school year. Some parents end up deciding that they need to send their kids in pull-ups. But you can make that decision yourself. If you are having any potty training issues with your children, please just be in touch with us, and we'll talk through that situation with you. The next thing is, please send your kids in clothes that are old clothes, perhaps clothes that can get dirty, clothes that aren't special ones that kids are going to be worried about. If kids are worried about their clothes while they're at school, they don't enjoy the full experiences that we're giving them. We love to paint. We have paint on a very regular basis, and sometimes they're messy with it, but that's okay. The other thing that we would encourage with their clothes is that they are clothes that they are able to manage, pulling them up and down. The more independent that they can be in the bathroom when they're taking bathroom breaks, the better that your kids are going to feel, the more confident that they are going to feel. So please send them in sweatpants or leggings or things that are elastic waist that are easy to pull up and down. That just helps them feel better. Your kids will also be making, we always tie dye with kids every year, and they make their own Noah's Ark t-shirt, and we will be doing that again this year. You'll be getting an envelope that indicates the cost of that, and then we also need to know what size t-shirt to order. So you'll get that envelope on the visit day, and we'll also have samples if you need to take a look at some sizes. But that is a great thing to send them to school in every day if you would like. So old clothes, easy to manage clothes. Another thing is, please send an extra set of clothes, including pants, shirt, underwear, socks. If they have an accident, sometimes their socks end up wet. If they get wet, get a wet shirt playing in water in the sensory tables, it's good to have a spare there. And they feel most comfortable when it's their own clothing. Oh, look, mom sent some extra clothes. We'll just get that out for you. And it just helps kids feel more comfortable and confident while they're there. So please send that extra set of clothes. You can bring it on the visit day, or you may bring it the next day when they come. So put it in a bag that is labeled with their name, because we will keep that at preschool all year. If you send shorts in the beginning, you might want to switch out for long pants as the weather gets cold, but send an extra set of clothes. The next thing is snacks. We do have a snack time at school, and kids bring their own snacks. They can bring it in a lunchbox or a bag. It's up to you how you send that. We are a peanut and nut-free site. There are a lot of children with allergies, and we really want to keep everybody safe. So we request that you do not send anything with peanuts or nuts, or anything that has been processed in a facility with peanuts or nuts. So please check those labels really carefully. We also check labels because there are a million different granola bars and things like that. We will look at the labels on your kids' snacks. But if you are sending something that is not in original packaging, we just ask you to include a note that says no nuts, because then we know you have looked at the package and that it's a safe snack. Best bet, fruits and vegetables are always safe. We don't, that's a great snack to send. So they will not need a snack on visit day, but after that, they will need to bring a snack. And our snack time is short, so keep their snacks small. They don't have a lot of time for eating that. We encourage you to have a backpack. New this year, teachers are going to be helping kids clean out their mailbox and get everything packed up in their backpack, and we're going to meet you back at the door. They're going to be carrying all of their things. So please do have a backpack that they can use and manage. We'll be helping them with that. Any forms you haven't gotten back into me, please do that as soon as possible. Especially, you will be getting an emergency card at visit day, and we keep that right next to our phone in case of an emergency. So it will be it'll be a bright colored half card. So we ask you to get that back to us as soon as possible, so we have all the emergency information that we need. So that is the really, really, really shortened version, believe it or not, of our orientation booklet. So when you do get that booklet, please do read that. So that is that. Cassie, do you have anything that you think we need to add that I've missed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we covered it.
Okay, well, we hope so. And if I haven't said it, we know it's in the booklet. Just a couple of reminders before we go. If you have not yet signed up for your visit day and the shortened class schedules, which it's all on the same link or same page that link takes you to, please do go in and sign on for that. Sign up for that. Many of you have already done so. The other piece that you did not get the information, since you didn't get class list, I realized, oh, you might not know which class, plus I didn't tell you where you're coming in, which door you will be coming in the building. So tomorrow I am going to send an email out that will tell you, but the title or the subject on the email that you got for this meeting, it did say whether your child was in the red group or the blue group. So if you look back at that, the red group has Mrs. Kasmark. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. The blue group has Mrs. Kasmark for a teacher, and all blue groups will come in door number 1, which is the main door next to our office. And you can park out front in the big parking lot. The red group, Tuesday, Thursday, will have Mrs. Brendan for a teacher, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they will have me for a teacher. And the red group will always check in at door number 6, which is outside the preschool room by that little parking lot. But I will put that information again in the email that I send out tomorrow, so watch for that. And then watch for your invitation to join Brightwheel that Heather's going to be sending out. And I think you can also watch for a message on the app to your child from your child's teacher before school starts. We're hoping that we can give that a shot too, just to say hello to your kids before they get to school, and they'll get to see us without a mask on maybe a short video or something. So watch for that as well. So if anybody has any additional questions, you're more than welcome to just stay on and I will answer questions. Have there been any questions, Cassie, in the chat box tonight?
No, nope, there haven't.
Okay, so if you have any, you can stay on and I'll answer questions. You can email me at any time, or, well, it's kind of tricky because our office, and that's the other thing I should mention. At this time, we are the first thing to be opening up in the building at Trinity. The building has still been closed and continues to be so. So when your kids are coming to preschool, it's going to be us that are there. So the only others that have been working regularly in the building have been people helping out with the food pantry. So questions, feel free to stay on, send me an email, and I can always give you a call if we need to chat about something. But we're really excited and anxious for kids to be back in our classroom. It has been far too long since we've had kids there. So we're excited to have all of you back, and we look forward to meeting all of you in person, and especially all of the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you soon on that parent and child visit day. Have a great night.
I have a question about drop off.
Okay, let me see. I need to figure out who's saying that. I need to find you. Oh, Courtney, there you are. Hi, Courtney.
Hey. So for door number 6 in the back of the building, is it okay to park back there? Are there enough spaces?
Yes, yes. You know, right now, I think it's labeled 15-minute parking or something, but yes, you can pull in there. There's also parking on the street, or there's parking kind of over by the playground, and you may park in any of those spots. Yep.
Okay, so it's close enough that it would be okay to leave other kids in the car when I'm walking to the door, or because I'm not really familiar with which door that is.
Yeah, it is the one that is in the back by the preschool, by that little parking lot. We always encourage people to bring kids with because we know that's safest. So, you know, some of that is parent judgment, but we also love seeing all your little kids too, but I know it's a handful. So if there are other parents that are there waiting and watching, you know, you can share that with each other too, maybe.
Okay, I didn't know,
you know, say
younger kids that aren't masked, like walking.
Well,
stuff. So
that's a good point too. See, there's all these new things this year. So yeah, maybe it will be best to say I'm leaving the door open and my kids are in their car seat. So while you're waiting for your turn, will you just keep an eye on them? So yeah, yeah, that's great.
Good.
Thank you, Courtney. Other questions?
Marley, there's a few questions in the chat.
Okay, what do we have?
If they haven't mailed in their forms yet, should they mail them in or just bring them to the visit day?
You know, either way is fine. If you do mail them in, or you could also drop them off in the mailbox, it helps us a little bit so that we can get our list together of who you're authorizing to pick up and those kind of things. So if it works to drop it off or stick it in the mail before then, that would be great. In particular, the enrollment form, if I don't have that. If it's immunizations or the health report from your doctor, that is fine if you want to just bring it on the visit day. Yep.
And then can they wear gator masks, the kids?
I don't know. Is there anything different about them except for how it goes around their neck?
I would say probably use your best judgment as far as which masks are best. Would there be any safety issues with them having it around their neck?
That would be the only piece that I might wonder about, is the safety of it around their neck. I haven't read anything about that being a problem for preschoolers, but you know, that is a piece that we think anytime there's something around their neck. So maybe that'll be something that I'll have to read about, and if you're a parent that your child is wearing that, look into the safety of that. That would be our only concern.
Those masks are not approved in Eau Claire schools. They are approved in Altoona.
Interesting.
This is Rachel. Duresha, can I add to that?
Sure.
So I'm in healthcare, and those gator masks are not effective in preventing transmission of droplet particles. So,
well, there you go.
Probably not the best idea, but if it's better than nothing if that's what your kid will wear, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Well, we appreciate that health input because that is not where my expertise lies. So thank you for sharing that, Rachel. Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions in the chat for us?
Wondering about the orientation booklet, but that they'll get that at the visit day, right?
Yep. Yep, they will get it there. So if you are not coming with your child, if it's a babysitter or grandparent that's bringing them, we'll make sure that it gets sent home. So always check backpacks. We know how those can become a black hole and things get lost, but we will sometimes be sending information. So we encourage you to check those backpacks every day when they come home from school, and you're not the ones packing them. So you might not know what's been put in them. Yep. Anything else? Or anybody would just want to speak up with a question? We're good with that too. Sounds like we've covered it. So like I said, don't be afraid to reach out to us. with emails, and we will do our level best to answer any questions that you have, and we're just excited about the years. So thank you for spending all this time and listening to me talk all this time. It's too much talk for me, but I appreciate your patience. So that is great. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all at Noah's Ark before too long. Have a great night, everybody. Stay cool. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You bet.
Marley, I even remembered to save the chat.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Very good. Stephanie, do you have more questions for us?
I do. I have a med question.
Okay.
Last year, Sophie did not have meds at school, but
Okay.
because she will be there every day, like there's all the same stuff, just the emergency medications. And when we were at the doctor last week, they did give us a whole set of everything to leave at school. Are
Okay.
you guys willing to take that, or do you not want that?
You know, that is your call. If you are, if there is something, I have an authorization form that we will need to have you fill out. Will you be the one bringing her for visit day?
Yes.
Or, okay, so I will make sure that I have that form for you.
Okay.
And then I would love if we can talk for a minute about that.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
So, okay, good.
Okay.
Good, good.
Sounds good.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Anybody else with a few questions or just not quite logged off yet? All right. Well,
great job.
We made it through. The first ever. Let's hope we don't have to do it this way again, right?
Right.
That's right.
So, but
all right.
They for the most part, I think they stuck around. They hung in there, so that was good. So
yes,
yeah.
And I'll so it's recording, and I'll get that processed and loaded, and then I'll send you a link to it so that you can send out the recording.
Okay.
And I'll get the chat sorted out so you get those names.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you for doing that, because I don't even know, I didn't ever even switch my screen, so I don't know if I even saw who all was on there. So that would be good to have. And perfect, very good. Well, thank you for being here tonight too, Cassie. And I haven't heard anything from Jill except that I think they were behind schedule. So I anticipated that she wasn't going to be here. So hopefully she'll let me know when everything's all finished. So all right, perfect.
All right.
Well, thank you both. And your videos were great, Heather. Good work.
I managed.
And there was only a little tilt of you, Cassie.
Oh, I liked so much.
I liked how you put that in there.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I can't edit that out. That's just. That's great. I was like, how is she not noticing this?
Well, she thought you might cut it out, but
couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
That was funny. So
yeah.
That was good.
So.
All right. Oh, and it's only 7 o'clock. That's not too bad, right?
No.
And no cleanup. So there we go.
There you go.
All right. Very good. We'll see you later. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.